Welcome to our channel, where we delve into the dark and mysterious world of true crime. Today, we explore the chilling and complex case of Ted Bundy, one of America's most notorious serial killers. Join us as we examine his life, his crimes, and the enduring mystery of his persona. Chapter 1. Early Life. Theodore Robert Bundy was born on November 24, 1946, in Burlington, Vermont. Raised by his grandparents and believing they were his parents, Bundy's early life was marked by deception and confusion. Ted's mother, Louise Cowell, gave birth to him at a home for unwed mothers. To avoid the social stigma, Ted was told his grandparents were his parents and his mother was introduced as his sister. This complex family dynamic and the eventual discovery of his true parentage deeply affected Bundy's psyche. Bundy was a bright and charismatic individual, but beneath his charming exterior lay a deeply disturbed mind. He struggled with feelings of inadequacy and a growing obsession with violent fantasies. Chapter 2. The Respectable Citizen. Despite his tumultuous early life, Bundy appeared to lead a normal existence. He attended the University of Puget Sound and later transferred to the University of Washington to study psychology. Bundy was well-liked and even involved in local politics, volunteering for the Republican Party during the 1968 presidential campaign. In 1969, Bundy began a relationship with a woman he later referred to as Stephanie Brooks. This relationship was intense, but ended abruptly when Brooks broke up with him, citing his lack of ambition. This breakup deeply affected Bundy, fueling his subsequent actions. Bundy graduated in 1972 and continued his involvement in politics, working for Governor Daniel J. Evans's re-election campaign. His charm and apparent dedication masked the growing darkness within him. Chapter 3. The Crimes Begin. Ted Bundy's killing spree began in the early 1970s. His victims were predominantly young women, often college students, whom he lured with his good looks and persuasive charm. Bundy's first confirmed murder occurred in 1974 when he abducted and killed Linda Ann Healy, a student at the University of Washington. Healy's disappearance was the first in a series of similar cases that baffled investigators and terrified the community. Over the next few years, Bundy continued his killing spree, moving from Washington to Oregon, Utah, Colorado, and Idaho. He often approached his victims in public places, feigning injury or impersonating an authority figure to gain their trust. Bundy's modus operandi included bludgeoning his victims with a blunt object, strangling them, and in some cases, sexually assaulting their lifeless bodies. His ability to evade capture allowed him to continue his horrific acts for years. Chapter 4. Capture and Escape. Bundy's first major arrest came in 1975 when he was pulled over by police in Utah. A search of his vehicle revealed burglary tools, and further investigation linked him to several missing women. Despite his arrest, Bundy's cunning and charm allowed him to escape justice multiple times. Bundy managed to escape custody twice in 1977. The first escape occurred while he was being transferred to a court hearing in Colorado. He jumped from a courthouse window and evaded capture for 6 days. The second escape was even more daring. Bundy managed to soar through the ceiling of his jail cell and walked out of the jail undetected. After his second escape, Bundy fled to Florida, where he committed some of his most brutal murders. In January 1978, he broke into the Chi Omega sorority house at Florida State University, killing 2 women and severely injuring 2 others. His final known victim was 12-year-old Kimberly Leach, whom he abducted and murdered in February 1978. Chapter 5. The Trial. Ted Bundy's trial was a media sensation, drawing attention from across the nation. Bundy, a former law student, insisted on representing himself in court, using the trial as a platform to manipulate and charm the public. Bundy's trial for the Chi Omega murders began in June 1979. Despite overwhelming evidence, including eyewitness testimony and bite mark analysis, Bundy maintained his innocence. His courtroom antics, including marriage to Carol Ann Boone, who testified on his behalf, captivated the media and the public. On July 24, 1979, Bundy was convicted of the Chi Omega murders and sentenced to death. In a separate trial for the murder of Kimberly Leach, he was again found guilty and received another death sentence. Despite multiple appeals, Bundy's fate was sealed. Chapter 6. The Psychology of a Killer. Ted Bundy's complex personality has been the subject of extensive psychological analysis. He exhibited traits of narcissistic personality disorder, antisocial personality disorder, and psychopathy. Bundy's charm and intelligence masked a deeply disturbed individual. He exhibited a complete lack of empathy and an ability to manipulate those around him. His violent fantasies, which began in childhood, escalated into a compulsion to kill. Bundy's need for control and power over his victims drove his heinous acts. Despite his attempts to portray himself as a victim of circumstances, Bundy's true nature was that of a predator. His ability to blend into society and his outwardly normal appearance made him all the more dangerous. Chapter 7. Execution and Legacy. On January 24, 1989, Ted Bundy was executed in the electric chair at Florida State Prison. His execution marked the end of a dark chapter in American history, but the impact of his crimes continues to be felt. Bundy's death brought a sense of closure to the families of his victims and the communities he terrorized. However, the legacy of his crimes has left an indelible mark on the study of criminal psychology and the public's perception of serial killers. The Bundy case has inspired numerous books, movies, and documentaries, each attempting to understand the mind of a man capable of such horrors. His story serves as a chilling reminder of the evil that can lurk behind a facade of normalcy. Chapter 8. Media and Public Fascination. Ted Bundy's case has captivated the media and the public for decades. His good looks, charm, and the gruesome nature of his crimes created a morbid fascination that persists to this day. Bundy's life and crimes have been the subject of numerous films, television shows, and true crime books. From the courtroom drama to his manipulative interviews, every aspect of his story has been dissected and analysed. Bundy's case has also had a significant impact on the true crime genre, contributing to the rise of true crime media and the public's enduring interest in the minds and motivations of serial killers. Chapter 9. The Victims Remembered. While Ted Bundy's name is infamous, it is crucial to remember the lives of his victims. Each young woman had her own story, dreams and aspirations, cut tragically short by Bundy's monstrous acts. Victim advocacy and remembrance efforts have been essential in honouring the lives lost. Families and communities continue to keep the memory of Bundy's victims alive through memorials, scholarships, and public awareness campaigns. The pain and loss experienced by the families of Bundy's victims are immeasurable. Their strength and resilience in the face of such tragedy are a testament to the human spirit. Conclusion. Ted Bundy's crimes shocked the world and left a lasting impact on our understanding of evil. His ability to deceive and manipulate, combined with his brutal acts, make him one of history's most notorious serial killers. Thank you for joining us as we explored the terrifying case of Ted Bundy. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe for more true crime stories. Let us know in the comments which case you'd like us to cover next. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.